So concludes the most interesting season in PPR history. COVID-19 has taken its toll on every aspect of our lives, and just like every small business, especially here in California, KUSI TV has been forced into survival mode, making hard decisions on a day-to-day basis. It would have been really easy, maybe even prudent, for KUSI to keep the show on ice until we have actual games to cover, but ownership would have none of that. In the eyes of the McKinnon family, it was more important than ever to have a PPR season on the air. So without the backing of a single sponsor, or with even out a show concept to pitch to sponsors, PPR Unplugged not only was born, it got the green light and rushed into production. So how do you sell a high school football show without high school football? And that's where our PPR sponsors stepped up, and in amazing ways. Some amazing folks joined us in a leap of faith, and they all deserve a mention, visually included. Starting with King Amanpour, who sponsored 2 segments. El Cajon Ford was the pigskin, ran the trivia question. Bill Hall Plumbing was our Hey Joe segment. Holland RV sponsored Bacon Bits. Hollandia Dairy for the student athlete spotlight. They were back in that. Mawsey with some hot air in the cool zone. The National City Mile of Cars for our Gala Awards watch list. Renovation Realty with the PPR Home Life segment. And Sprouts Farmers Market in Squad Up. All these companies supported the show sight unseen, just trusting us to deliver a product worthy of their logos. If you like the show, please consider supporting the folks who help keep it on the air during these troubled times. Which brings me to the KUSI Sports Department, now under the supervision of Mr. Brandon Stone. Even with new faces and folks playing out of position, Brandon's bunch helped tie together the PPR past, present, and future in a fun way that shines a positive light on the San Diego student-athlete community. From where I sit, KUSI Sports remains the gold standard in local sports coverage. And one last note, for the first time in the 22-year history of the show, I was not an active line producer on it. First time ever. In 2020, the PPR show was run by a 20-something-year-old Buffalo Bills fan by the name of Nick Polino. Imagine being tasked with running the Mr. Rogers show with Mr. Rogers looking over your shoulder. Anybody who's ever worked closely with moi will tell you it's no walk in the park. So nobody handled the segment better than Mr. Polino, so a big round of applause for him. Keep an eye out for him. He might be going places.
Well, I'm so glad I didn't have to read that. One more thing. Shout out Kelly Boucher from Phil's Barbecue. As Paul would say, she is a groovy chick. Check her out. Thank you for the food.
Kelly.